like to welcome from Colorado Mesa University, here from left to right, Katrina Seltzer, Shareya Seltzer, Coach Wagner, and Katrina Seltzer. Coach, would you go ahead and start us off with a statement, please?
Yeah, we're glad to be in this position. I'm happy for these girls up here and the other girls on the team. It was a hard-fought game. Colorado Christian is a great team. We talked about, after our loss to them in Lakewood, about the teams that are going to make the Final Four in the championship games, and it was going to be the tough teams, and I thought the four toughest teams were in the semifinals and in the finals. And I just want to tip my hat to Colorado Christian, their class act, and they're extremely good, and they work hard, and glad that we had the opportunity to play them.
I'd like to open the floor for questions.
Katrina, in the first half, they really kind of bottled you up in that first half. What adjustments were made to kind of, it looks like you guys started spreading the floor a little bit. What did you guys see or talk about in half to really make sure to kind of get yourself some better spacing and maybe just open the floor a little bit up for all three of them?
You know, just be patient with it. I mean, you know, the high post was for me to, you know, work around and get shots for myself and, you know, look for my teammates. So, you know, I just think we relaxed a little bit more and, you know, took the shots that we needed to take. And, you know, I tried to find my teammates when they were open and, you know, look for myself when I needed to.
Coach, is that the biggest thing too? You got three players, really almost anybody on your team can really take a game over. But just the unselfish play, especially with these three here, where you know they're not necessarily looking to get theirs, but to really just set up the other.
Yeah, well, that's what we talked about. If we move the basketball, it's eventually going to come back to you at some point in the game, and they've done that all year long. All of them are unselfish, and so when we do that and show the basketball, we're a difficult team to defend, I think.
I don't think you saw the bench at all tonight. Just talk about, you know, did you kind of know going into this game that you may not see the bench at all at any point?
I was hoping that I wouldn't see the bench at any point tonight, but no, I mean, I've known going in that when they've got like a really good perimeter player, that's my job to be out on the floor and to, you know, pretty much just ignite our defense and to make sure that, you know, I keep that girl in control and contained. And so I had a pretty good idea that I was going to play a lot of minutes, and I was hoping that that would be the case.
So Katrina, you go your freshman year, you win the championship. Senior year, you win the championship. I mean, we talked a little bit about it last night, but with this group, the way you wanted to go out, and obviously you're not done yet, but as special as you thought it was going to be?
I think even more. You know, at the beginning of the year, we had talked about, you know, this being one of our goals, and to accomplish conference champions and to accomplish this with, you know, the great group of girls that we have, it's that much more special.
How frustrated were you guys in the first half with their defense? I mean, they were trapping, you couldn't get calls. It looked like everybody was getting really frustrated, and then you just kind of calmed down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a physical game, and I think, you know, we could have been a lot stronger with the ball and limited our turnovers more. And I think second half we controlled it better. I just think we hadn't, you know, that team plays a different style than any other team that, you know, we face. And, you know, I think we could have done better, but, I mean, we came out with the win and we couldn't have asked, you know, for a better game.
So, Kelsey, you finally started getting some pins in the second half and got the ball in really good position to score. Was there anything different that they were doing defensively, or you just made some adjustments, or what?
No, the coach talked to me a little bit about my positioning and holding my seal, and my teammates were able to get me the ball right on target, and I was just able to finish, so it worked out.
Kelsey, talk about the importance of really staying out of significant foul trouble. I know last time around played CCU, you only lost on the season. I think you fouled out, and Katrina also fouled out that night. I mean, from what I've seen, that's pretty much the last thing Mesa really wants to deal with. I guess just talk about the importance of just staying in the game, just really avoiding that kind of a situation?
Yeah, I think that's a lot of teams' goals is for Katrina and I to be on the bench, and for us to stay in is a vital part of our game and our game plan, and it's just being smart defensively.
What this type of game here, what does that kind of help your whole team really realize that as far as this is how it's going to be from here on out, and the growth they really got from this weekend?
Yeah, and we talked about that before this weekend about what it's going to happen. There's no 30-point blowouts or 40-point blowouts. It's going to be a tough game. Everybody's fighting for the same trophy. And so, you know, we've been talking about that all along. And again, I think something that when we lost to Colorado Christian the first time, the next, I think it was Monday, we went in and we talked, and I told them exactly why you won't win a championship and gave them all the reason. I think they looked at me like, you're crazy. And we put up why you won't do it, and then we fixed it and said, and gave the reasons, this is how you will. And we talked about being a tough team, and we've seen so many different gimmicks, zone, press, style game, physical, not physical, finesse, everything. And so I think the girls have been through a lot. Definitely this weekend will help us, hopefully next weekend, and propel us a little bit further and deeper, and hopefully another championship.